Miss Monique Spicer. She is owner and CEO of Alacarte Style Serving Company. Monique, welcome to the show.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm so glad to meet you, and it's nice to be here today.
Thank you. Same here. So why don't we start off by having you share a little bit about your family and background, where you're from?
Well, I grew up in Metuchen, New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
went to school in Metuchen, moved to Rahway, and then landed my feet at Hampton University, and then returned back to New Jersey, where I reside now in Clinton, New Jersey.
Okay, very good. So tell our listeners a little bit about Alacarte Style Serving Company. When was it established?
Okay, a la carte premier serving was formally introduced in 2008. However, the passion has been in my family for generations, which I'm sure I'll touch on shortly. We are a premier serving company with a lifelong history of exceeding guest expectations and creating lifelong memories for our customers. Our attention to detail and our commitment to excellence allows us for our guests to enjoy and relax for their occasion. We do special events and corporate gatherings, and we were awarded New Jersey's Butler Style Serving Company by the New Jersey Legislature in 2008 for the very best of hospitality and service. So it's really, really a wonderful brand, and I continue to grow the brand, and I'm very passionate about the service industry.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about some specifics on services you provide and who's your ideal client.
Okay. A la carte premier servers offer a wide variety of beautifully and affordably priced event planning services. We tailor our services to suit a variety of hospitality styles, from everything from classic elegance to contemporary or naturally simple. Whether your clients need extra support in the kitchen or a full staff to handle your event, a la carte makes their vision a reality. So we're really in the forefront for anybody who's interested in having events in their home or in prospective venues or
right.
in their houses.
Very good, very good. So how did you decide to get involved in this industry? What led you to this place?
Well, my dad being an executive chef and my mom an event planner,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of was in my DNA.
Right.
I had the opportunity when I was at Hampton University to work for Dr. William R. Harvey as one of his assistants for the alumni affairs.
Okay.
So I think the white glove butler started at Hampton University in 1984.
Okay.
We had the opportunity to work for Dr. Harvey.
No, excellent. So I saw somewhere in your profile or background, there's some other historical significance there to what's in your DNA. You want to share that?
I would love to share that. So like I said, the service industry has always been in the DNA, going back to generations when my great-uncle Rufus Boyce was the butler for John F. Kennedy in the White House. So that's where the service bug really began in the family tree, and it goes back for quite some time.
Excellent.
So it's like nice to have that baton passed
Oh,
down.
yeah. That is an excellent history and legacy. So are you hiring in your current, in your company?
At the present
And
time,
what are you looking for?
At the present time, we are hiring. We're hiring for waiters, waitresses, sommeliers, bartenders, bridal attendants, and we also have a new butlers for groomsmen.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be doing that as well.
Now, are you providing any training or anything for
We do have
these
training and
positions?
development. Training and development is one of the key factors why the brand is so successful,
Mm-hmm.
because we make sure all the staff is fully trained in the executive style and into military base. So we're not like your regular banquet serving company.
Oh, excellent.
It's a higher level and a higher standard of service that we provide to our clientele.
Absolutely. So as a successful business owner and a woman of color, do you feel a sense of pride of being able to hire other people of color?
Actually, I really feel that is very important in the hospitality industry. Going back to history, I feel that there's more opportunities for people to grow and to learn about service and etiquette.
Right.
When you have that under your belt and you can empower someone to educate them, it's nice to see.
Oh, sure. So how many
grow.
employees do you have right now?
Currently, I have 50 employees, and we're growing at this time.
So now what do you forecast for 2022?
The forecast
How's business looking?
Okay, for forecast for 2022, right now we're currently established in 3 venues, and we continue to grow more with that. We're actually looking to branch out to other areas in the United States, partially Florida, California, and the Baltimore area.
Okay. So how far is your vision for your business?
I've always had a 12-month vision, which would be classified as a more tactical approach, while my 5-year plan is my strategic view on how I would like to see the business grow.
Okay.
So, in that, more tactical, I'd say.
Okay. Do you aspire to be the single most recognized company in the event planning space in your area, region, or state? And if so, how do you intend to do that?
Although I believe most organizations aspire to be recognized, I take more of a humble approach and lean on our day-to-day disciplines that will ultimately reflect as a straight A's on a report card.
Okay.
Within the service industry circles, I'm proud of the reputation that we have already obtained as the top of the class. Within the service industry circles, I'm proud of the reputation that we have already obtained, and we're really receiving so many calls regularly from some of the most exclusive venues in the tri-state area, and believe if it's not far away as Chicago, Florida, and the West Coast. So I'm really excited about that.
That's excellent.
Going without shouting out from the mountaintops ourselves, we've quietly built something special, and I'm very proud of it.
Excellent. So tell our listeners, how do you ensure that your staff delivers a consistent level of service to each of your clients?
Well, with today's social media and the intimacy of guests sharing points of view, feedback is only a click away.
Right.
We know as cyberspace and the internet and things that are going now into the forefront. As to much satisfaction, I'm happy to say it's overwhelmingly positive. However, aside from just leaning on the feedback from guests, I feel one of the most useful tools is to visit sites unannounced and to watch from the guest's perspective.
Oh, sure.
Nothing tells a better story than viewing your team's performance through the sight of a lens.
Oh, absolutely. So can you elaborate on a time when there were no events to staff, but you were able to keep your employees working by shifting your manpower to another direction or pivoting?
Well, during the time of the pandemic, when the events did shut down, I kind of restructured and rebuilt to try to find a niche where I can utilize their talent in other aspects. So within that, I created a housekeeping unit to go with the Alacarte Premier Servers, where we were able to...
So that's relatively new.
That's brand new.
Okay.
Yeah, brand new. So that ended up helping my team generate some substantial income, but also I did a GoFundMe for my entire staff.
Oh, okay.
And spread a little love around.
Oh, that's
which
excellent.
was nice for them.
That's excellent. So how did the pandemic really affect your business? And in addition to the housekeeping, how did you remain relevant?
Well, we stayed very close to the developments, and as you know, they were changing almost daily.
Oh, yeah.
I made sure we were up to speed with the latest CDC guidelines and stayed in close communication with our clients, ensuring we would be ready to go when the green light was given. There were many times that the government said, okay, let's go ahead, we're ready to go, and then they would pull back again.
Right.
So, but even before speaking with our clients, the primary focus was on the team ensuring they were safe and taken care of.
Right.
They were taking their Surf Safe courses. They were making sure they were COVID readiness and preparedness for the cleansing and the masking and staying vigilant.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So tell me a little bit about, in addition to housekeeping, what do you see potentially as some other business areas you can add to your service?
Well, entertainment has always been in the forefront of who I am as far as myself.
Okay.
Entertainment, music, dance, acting, to bring more of an entertainment genre to the forefront, to add those elements to the a la carte premier service. So it's just not a wait staff, so maybe even go into a broader scope where we're able to offer more to our customers.
Oh, okay. So now, are you a musician?
I'm an actress and a dancer.
Oh, how about that?
I'm actually in a movie.
Oh, what movie?
It's called Ben. It's an independent film.
Oh, really?
And it airs tonight.
Oh, you're kidding.
So today, January 24th, happens to be a historical moment for me being here at the Chamber and the radio station. I'm happy to be a part of, and I'm just honored to be here.
Oh, great. And then Ben airs tonight on what station?
Ben airs tonight. It's on an independent label. It's going to be on Instagram and Facebook, and it's on a YouTube channel on Corona Diop Productions.
Excellent. So if there are folks who want to catch that, is there a specific link or something they can go to, or do they just sort of do a Google search on Ben or Instagram?
They can go on coronadiopproductions.com.
Spell that?
CARONA Diop DIOAP Productions. And that's also a YouTube channel as well.
Okay. That's excellent. So should we get our autographs now?
I don't see why not. But thank you. Appreciate that.
Very good.
And anything with the website, if anybody's interested, like we mentioned before, for employment opportunities, the website address for Alacarte is alacartesvc.com, and that's ALACARTESVC.com. And they can also call 908-343-6361.
Okay, great. So tell us a little bit about your leadership team. Who helps you keep things in order?
Well, I do have a few people that have been supporting me. Michael Downey, he's my chief financial officer.
Okay.
I have a gentleman by the name of Jack Sullivan, who also is my advisor in accounting. I have Tawny Johnson, who is one of my leads for bridal attending and executive services, and then Billy Blackwell. There's a few of them.
Oh, excellent. So tell us a little about family. Do you have siblings?
I have an older brother.
Okay.
Who is actually in the forefront of Prince's estate, and he takes care of the music part of his
excellent.
legacy.
Oh, excellent.
And my father, who's a retired executive chef, and my mom, who was a long-term fashion model, who is now retired and used to work for Merck Sharp and Doom.
Oh, excellent.
And then I have a half-brother, too, who's actually...
And what does he do?
He's in computers. His name is Dane.
Oh, okay.
He was overseas for a while.
So you have
and I have a daughter who's
this,
16 years old.
And does she aspire to follow in your footsteps
Actually,
in
my
any form
daughter-
or fashion?
She actually wants to be a lawyer.
Oh, how about that?
And she played football.
Really?
She was a wide receiver for the Flemington Falcons.
Oh, how about that? That sounds exciting.
So she's a really, really great girl, and she's my only one.
Okay. Well, with all of what you have going on, having a lawyer in the family won't be a bad thing.
Not at all. Exactly. I'm so excited.
That's
it's a really
excellent.
nice time. We're living in a crazy time, but, I put God first in everything that we do.
Excellent. That's very good. All right. So we're coming up on the break, and we'll take up where we left off when we get back.
Excellent.
Corey, get over here and give your Uncle Mike a hug.
Hey, Uncle Mike.
Why is it that I only see you at birthday parties and reunions? Hey, your mother told me you quit your job to start your own company.
That's right. See, I built this app.
Oh, so it's more like a hobby.
Not a hobby. It's actually doing really well.
Is that your app?
Nah, it's my bank. They noticed unusual activity on my debit card.
Oh, that's not good. Happened to me once. Huge headache.
Not with Wells Fargo. I can respond right now via text. Then they'll call me and help me get things back on track. Oh, plus, I can swing by my bank and get a temporary card issued right away. Oh, and that's Wells Fargo calling to follow up.
You got a good head on your shoulder, son. How about I put a word in for you at the shop?
Nope, not necessary. My company's doing fine.
Don't mention it. Oh, hey, Lawrence, get over here and give your Uncle Mike a hug.
At Wells Fargo, when we notice unusual debit card activity, we can alert you and help you handle it so you can keep your life moving forward. Suspicious card activity alerts. Security, convenience, together. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
And welcome back. We're back with Monique Spicer, the owner and CEO of Alacarte Style Serving Company. Welcome back, Monique.
Thank you. Glad to be back again.
So now on this segment, let's talk a little bit about those positions you have open. Starting with your waiters. What is it you're looking for?
Okay, so I'm looking for actually anyone who's interested in looking for a hospitality job where they're able to work when they want to work. The nice thing about the positions with Alacarte, you can work when you want to.
Okay.
You're not locked in to anything. There are full-time opportunities as well as part-time opportunities.
Okay.
But I'm looking for really polished presenters. Now,
So
just
do
to
they
say,
have to be experienced, or
they do not have to be experienced.
And you were about to say something.
They don't have to be experienced. However, if they have some type of communication background, that's a plus.
Okay.
Because we know in the industry, you're talking to many different people
Oh,
from different
for
walks
sure.
of life.
Yeah.
I do hire veterans.
Mm-hmm.
So just to let you know, anyone that's interested in coming aboard, I always look to our veterans because sometimes they don't have the opportunities as regular people.
Oh, sure. Sure.
I'm also looking for bridal attendants.
And tell us a little bit about that slot.
So the bridal attendant, they are the first impression to the bride's family.
Mm-hmm.
They are the key people that make their memory exceptional, from the initial drive up to
Right.
when the customer is taking out their dress, everything that they have to make their day special.
Mm-hmm.
They're the one that run the show when it comes to timing of the event and the execution of the day.
Now, does the bridal attendant's job start with the day of the wedding?
The day of the wedding.
Before the bride is ready.
It starts
for
the day of the wedding.
The day of the wedding. Okay.
Right. So the event stylist at the venue will facilitate the timeline where the bridal attendant will then greet the guests and then take it from there.
Oh, okay. Excellent. So you're looking for somebody who is, has a public
speaking
presence
right,
and has a friendly disposition.
Friendly disposition, someone who can bustle a dress,
Mm-hmm.
someone who can maybe style the hair if it falls down, just someone, it's like a female butler,
Okay.
a concierge.
So bustle a dress, exactly
Right.
what is that?
Yes, bustling a dress is when a bride has a dress and she might have maybe 50 buttons going down the dress,
Mm-hmm.
and normally on the back side of the dress there'll be 2 little hooks or 3 hooks depending on how the designer designed the dress.
Okay.
And they're to take the dress up so the train doesn't drag on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and then she can enjoy her wedding where her her dress is now bustled, and then she can go ahead and
excellent.
dance on the dance floor in the grand ballroom.
I've learned something today. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
And so next, I think on the list were bartenders.
Yes,
Okay.
we like to call them mixologists.
Okay.
It's a higher level of standard.
Yeah.
And they are able to mix any type of drink the guests request,
Mm-hmm.
but also know the proper pouring.
Okay.
Because with alcohol, you have to definitely know, what to use and how to pour to make sure you're in compliant with the ABC laws.
Oh, okay.
So you definitely
there's
have to be
rules as it
certified.
relates to
Right.
portions.
Portions, correct.
Okay.
And there is the surf safe, but also the alcoholic certification that you need to be able to pour
Okay.
beverages.
So there is training that goes along with.
There is training and
with
there's
that in some
schooling,
sort
and you
of
need to be certified to do that.
certification. Okay.
So you'll definitely need to be a certified mixologist
Okay.
/ bartender to come aboard.
So now that's somebody you want to be certified when they come.
Correct.
You don't handle that part of it in terms of
No,
training.
they come
They come with that.
right out of the bartender schools.
Okay, great. Now explain to me this next role, a houseman.
Okay, the houseman, that's a very good role. That particular role is you have to be strong and, like they say, have a good back,
Mm-hmm.
because you'll be moving tables and chairs,
Okay.
and you'll be doing what they call the setup of the evening
Mm-hmm.
or the day or the
Okay.
morning of. And you're setting the room to the specifications of the layout of the guest's requests. So you can be carrying chairs, you can be carrying tables, you can be getting linens from the linen room, and then you're setting things up that way. You coordinate with the florist. If the florist needs a farm table, you would bring the farm table. If you need rounds, you would get the rounds. If you need ovals, that type of thing.
Okay.
And that you do not need to be a graduate of any university.
Right.
That's someone who just wants to be a blue collar and say, hey, I just want to do this, and I'm
Okay.
fine with that.
Great. So, and then next is housekeeping.
Now, housekeeping, that particular position, since it's fairly new, that particular position would be more so in a hotel facility or in a venue that houses people that's connected to the venue.
Okay.
That would be cleaning of the rooms.
So now your company has a contract with the hotels or the
Correct.
venue, and then you're providing the housekeeping services.
Correct.
Okay, so a lot of those organizations are outsourcing that.
Correct.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
And just like a lot of the venues who don't have the support they need,
Mhm.
they'll call my firm to be able to exceed their expectations. So a lot of the servers now do, like we were talking about the pandemic when it happened.
Right.
A lot of the servers are now doing some housekeeping effects too.
Right.
To substantiate the financials.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So the nice thing about the team is that they're willing to do, whatever
The other
by any means
jobs.
necessary
Oh, sure.
to get the job done.
Right.
And I'm so grateful for
That's
everyone
excellent.
who's on my platform
That's
because
excellent.
they do go above and beyond.
Right.
I created the vision, but it takes the whole team
Oh, sure.
to make it come to fruition.
So now, for you to fulfill these these other aspirations that you have for expanding the business, what is it you think you need in terms of total headcount, for these various slots and be able to handle those outsourced contracts?
Well, right now, depending where the business is growing at God's speed, as far as a head count, I would say about 250.
Okay. All right. So there are a lot of opportunity
There's
there.
plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
And that's
so
the only thing that's kind of stagnating the brand. However, like I mentioned to you before, it's all in God's time.
Right. So then you have maitre d'.
Now, the maitre d' is the gentleman or the female who executes the whole entire event, from greeting the parents, and then that person is responsible for the team, allocating the job placements of who's to do what for the night.
Okay.
That person also runs the show as far as making sure all the needs are met, making sure that the staff is walking how they should be walking,
Right.
making sure the champagne flutes are down, making sure things are polished, making sure the tables are crumbed in between their courses, just making sure the night is a success.
Oh, okay.
You cannot have a nice event or a successful event without a maitre d',
Right.
because they set the precedence. Not only do they set the precedence for the guest, they set the precedence for the team.
Right.
It's like going to play football.
Oh,
you got
sure,
your captain,
sure. Right.
or playing basketball. You got your guards, all of that.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a great leader,
They set the tone.
they set the tone
Right.
for a
Excellent.
successful event.
So now what I don't see here are, like the butler's role, and there's some other positions there that I'm not 100% familiar with. Do you have opportunities in those other areas as well?
Well, right now with the butler role, though we were a butler style serving company, we utilize the butler style skills,
Okay.
which we don't necessarily have butlers,
Right.
but our standards are butler like.
Oh, okay.
So
So that's where your training and development comes in,
Correct.
in terms of how
Correct.
they conduct themselves when they're working with
but that might be not on the
Another-
belt loop that I
right.
could possibly provide to customers and clients who are looking for that.
Right. Excellent. Very good. So anything else you'd like to share with us about your company, about your vision, about just anything at all about your business?
Actually, I think I shared plenty,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just very honored to be here. And I'm also, I have to say, I'm very honored to be a part of the African American Chamber. I like to just thank Ralph Weaver
Oh,
for
excellent.
referring me
Yeah.
to this wonderful platform. He has actually been my inspiration.
Oh, well, he has an excellent business. He's an excellent ambassador for the African American Chamber of Commerce. We certainly appreciate him, and
Yes.
he's done a lot of pivoting and growth in this
Oh,
environment.
beyond.
Which is really impeccable. You have a lot of companies that basically went out of business in this environment, and then you have some of those what I consider cream of the crop companies who found a way
Right.
to pivot and position themselves
Standing
in
on the
ways
shoulders.
to grow. So
Absolutely.
if that's one of your mentors, you're in good hands.
Oh, I thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
excellent.
your time today.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much. So in a couple of minutes or a little time we have left, just share with us about how folks can contact you again and how they reach you for the positions that you have available, and then also how they can see your movie that's going to
Okay,
be airing
great.
tonight.
Well, I can be reached on the World Wide Web at alacartepremierservers.com. The website, again, is alacartesvc.com. The telephone number, 908-343-6361, is the contact detail. And if you're interested in viewing the independent film, you can reach that by going to either LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. The Facebook is coronadiopproductions.com. My Facebook is Alacarte Server. Instagram is MoSpice50 on Instagram.
Excellent. Excellent. So once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, our platinum sponsors for our gala, which is coming up February 17th from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's going to be at the Venetian in Garfield, New Jersey. And those platinum sponsors include Johnson & Johnson, Davis EIS Enterprise, Millhouse Engineering, Ferrera Construction, Public Service Electric and Gas, Hackensack Meridian Health, Investors Bank, and Keene University. And then once again, for those small businesses looking for access to capital, they can reach out to the chamber at www.aaccnj.com/ESBI. That is for both access to capital and technical assistance. And once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, both Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey and Wells Fargo. And thank you, Miss Monique Spicer, for being our guest today. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. And I just want to reiterate to the a la carte event staffing team, if it wasn't for each and every individual on my brand, that we wouldn't be as successful. And sometimes people don't take that time out to thank those who helped build your business. So you all know from the center of my heart that we are the SWAT team. Successful waiters, attentive team. As we go into 2022, let's continue to exceed expectations with quality care and continue to do God's work. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
It's a pleasure
Thank you.
meeting you, Phil.
Thank you so much. A pleasure meeting you as well. And that is a wrap. Thank you very much for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Take
I'll
care.
see you at the gala.
Thanks. Same here. Look forward to it.